I am pleased to read for you a new episode from Maxwell Conroe's Harlequin stories. Unexpected twists and turns are the writer's hallmark. In this new episode, Clytemnestra, the wife of King Agamemnon of Sparta that supposed had killed him, appears to tell her side of the story in this latest episode from Maxwell Conroe's book titled Adeline, Who Killed the Writer?
Maxwell, doing his research, went over all the details of the Trojan War once again, consulting whatever sources he could get his hands on. After a while, a lot of things started falling into place. The whole Trojan War theater brimmed with many dramatic characters, and the brothers, King Menelaus of Sparta and King Agamemnon of Mycenae, were very much at the center stage during and after the war.
Hey Maxwell, yes, you got our family story sorted out more or less right. But the war was invented first of all by the ancient Greek goddesses. And then their war was fought by our mythical Greek men. My name is Clytemnestra, and I am Adeline's mother. The revenge killings in my family has not only immortalized our names. It also killed our souls.
Dear Clytemnestra, thank you for clarifying your viewpoints for me. I have indeed read some gossip in the old Greek tragedies about Achilles angrily leaving the Trojan War theater when Agamemnon had demanded him to give up his slave girl Briseis. He wanted her as his slave girl to replace Chryseis, who was sent home after stern complaints by her father. But Achilles was gravely angered and left for home, from there on only following the war from a safe distance.
I knew already that my husband Agamemnon, he was a selfish monster. In Troy, he slept with the slave girls, Chryseis and Briseis, and then later he even dared bringing to our palace that wretched Cassandra, daughter of the slain King Priam of Troy. She was the sister of the princes Paris and Hector of Troy. Let Agamemnon rest in his grave. We know he was a monster. All that being said, he did not kill our daughter Iphigenia. Even if he wanted to, Artemis did not accept her sacrifice. Agamemnon only sacrificed a deer instead, and Iphigenia, she became a deity we now know as Hecate. And for the record, I myself am proud of what I did. Enough was enough. I could not bear the sight of Agamemnon in my house. We were finished. My only possible way out was to take his life.
But Agamemnon played a major role in the Trojan War's outcome. Although the Achaeans were actually losing the war, Achilles' best friend, Patroclus, came over to Greece to plead with Achilles if he would rejoin the war effort. But Achilles was unyielding, still aggravated by Agamemnon over that concubine Briseis. In the end, Achilles conceded his friend Patroclus could carry Achilles' armor, and he also gave Patroclus a small army of his men to rejoin the Trojan fight. The reappearance of Achilles' armor on the Trojan allegedly changed the tide of the battlefield. But then, Patroclus was killed by Hector. The Trojans quickly discovered that it was not Achilles, but Patroclus, who he had been killed when they removed the armor of Patroclus' dead body. But the killing of Patroclus both saddened and angered Achilles so much, that he decided to rejoin the fight. And in his turn, Achilles killed Hector, the killer of his friend.
Well, you may have been reading about the Trojan War heroes or criminals, depending on which viewpoint you take. All in all, Maxwell, I'd say leave history alone. It's for the best.
My dear Queen, Clytemnestra, I think you are very in the wrong here. Your daughter Electra, now named Adeline, has appealed to me for help. She has lived in great distress for centuries, even millennia. And I have read all about your family. And it is wretched story.
Unfortunately, my son Orestes was a rascal and took my life under the pretext it was okay, as he said he considered Athena's divine decree very serious. And yes, I was not only dead but even heartbroken when he conspired with Electra and brutally killed me. Orestes was just like his father and could not tolerate me choosing my own path. As for my girls, Iphigenia and Electra, you both know them. Electra never was my most favorite girl, but I still loved her with all of my heart.
Well, I want you to know that Adeline still loves you. She shuns you out of shame over what has happened. She and Orestes were possessed by the fates sent after them by Athena. They did not act out of their own free will, it was all Athena's doing.
Maxwell, you are probably right. I know the Greek playwrights doled out to us women a great deal of smear, which already had started with the creation of Pandora by Zeus. She was the first human female to join the men already created by Prometheus. And Pandora brought with her that tragic little box given to her by Zeus, with all the plagues of our world: greed, envy, hatred, pain, disease, hunger, poverty, war, and death. All of life's miseries flew out of Pandora's box into the human world. I say farewell, and I repeat here, Maxwell, I'd say leave history alone. It's for the best.